let's just make clear. This guy was motivated by leftist ideology. We know it from the bullet casings. We know it from the Utah governor. We know it from his own mother. Yes, we do.
Yeah, that was conservative pundit and MAGA bimbo Megyn Kelly getting into a tense screaming match with a young liberal student who had the balls of steel to publicly debate her at a Turning Point USA event. I mean, just look at all of those Colt 47 hats in the crowd. I mean, talk about walking into the figurative lion's den. Now, of course, to all the literal sheep in the audience there, Megyn, using her boisterous banshee screams to spew lies about Charlie Kirk's murder and defend Diaper Von Dictator, meant she won. But to all of us non-glue sniffers, it becomes pretty clear pretty quickly that all she really did was get utterly humiliated. Here is how this debate started.
Why you support a president who contributes to the rhetoric that got your friend Charlie killed. We saw his rally recently. He said, "I hate my enemies." Stephen Miller said similar things. How can you support him when he contributed to what got Charlie killed?
An excellent point. How can anyone support a dementia-ridden convicted felon, alleged pedo, adulterous, abusive grifter who said he hates the left and responded to his second best friend's murder assassination like this?
How are you holding up over the last 3.5 days?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
Now, see if you can spot the very subtle bullshittery Megyn employs here in her response.
Assumes facts, not evidence. What you said is not true.
70% of political violence is committed by Republicans.
Okay.
Look it up.
That's not
DOJ
true either.
just pulled it. The DOJ just pulled it from their website. DOJ just pulled the study from their website because they're delusional.
That's not true because
They just pulled it. Look it up.
Once you
the
pull
DOJ
the
pulled it from their website.
Once you pull the crazies out of there, it is overwhelmingly left-wing violence.
Google it.
We have had
every single person in the
understand.
audience. Google it right now.
Right. If I don't like it, it's not true. It's the argument I use when I don't want to pay my taxes. And look, as brave as this young gentleman is for standing up to Megyn's pandering ignorance here, does he really think that these people know how to use Google? But then, Megyn decided to pay direct homage to her dear friend Charlie Kirk by using his same dipshit debate tactics to try to dunk on this young man.
You know, this is how we get here. So first of all, let me take on the first part of it, the premise of your question, that it was President Trump's rhetoric that led to an assassin killing our friend Charlie Kirk. That's a blatant lie. It's a defamatory blaspheme, and it's inappropriate in this setting.
That's not what I said.
We know. Yes, it is.
No, I said he contributed to the political atmosphere.
Well, then you have no point.
Tension.
Then your point is utterly empty. Contributing to the atmosphere. This guy was, no, let's just make clear. This guy was motivated by leftist ideology. We know it from the bullet casings. We know it from the Utah governor. We know it from his own mother. Yes, we do.
Yeah, see, that's a lie. And not because I don't like it.
So we really can expect there's going to be more and more information that he had a what we would call a liberal ideology. That said, that's very different than saying there's this vast network of groups and organizations that are fomenting terrorism.
Okay, that's interesting. So he appears to have a liberal ideology because he's against fascism. So I guess that makes him and anyone who fought in World War II a leftist. And since he's not anti-LGBTQ, that means he has a leftist ideology. Now, I would say that given that roughly 70% of Americans support gay marriage nowadays, or marriage equality as it should be called, I would actually say the guy's got more of a centrist ideology. But MAGA, they are just tripping all over themselves trying to prove that he is a radical leftist. And I've got some bad news for them. NBC has new reporting out today that according to 3 sources at Trump's DOJ who are familiar with this investigation, one of them said, quote, "Thus far, there is no evidence connecting the suspect with any left-wing groups. Every indication so far is that this was one guy who did one really bad thing because he found Kirk's ideology personally offensive," end quote. And you know that's accurate because if they had any proof that any sort of leftist group was involved, Trump would be rage tweeting that from his toilet 24/7.
Right, but the facts don't care about your feelings folks are pretty fond of saying fuck the facts, and in fact, they prefer their own distorted version of reality. Watch Megyn contort herself into a pretzel, trying to justify Trump's comments at Charlie Kirk's martyr memorial.
Let's be really clear on that.
Even if that's true, so then you're saying, because, let's say this guy's a leftist, even if that's true, does that make it okay for the sitting president of the United States to incite violence against liberals?
The President of the United States has not accepted violence against liberals. The President of the United States made a joke at the Charlie Kirk Memorial, which was funny and self-deprecating.
Okay, sorry, Megyn, gotta stop you there. Common Freudian slip. It is self-defecating, not deprecating. Which, of course, is true, and not just because I think it's funny.
As I've reported on this before, I want to handle this subject with care and with tact, and I want to take it very seriously. It seems that when Donald Trump was giving a speech at the Detroit Economic Club, among other things that occurred when he wasn't attacking Detroit or consistently lying, he seems to have soiled himself during this speech. You can hear it multiple times. It seems that he is letting out gas and potentially fecal matter as well.
We also have those reports from court, but yeah, let's all believe the most malignantly narcissistic person on the planet knows how to be self-deprecating.
I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words. I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I don't need anybody's money. I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second. I do the weave. You know what the weave is? I'll talk about like 9 different things and they all come back brilliantly together. And it's like, and friends of mine that are like English professors, they say, it's the most brilliant thing I've ever seen.
It was on the heels of Erica Kirk saying she, in an extraordinary moment, forgave her husband's killer.
He
And let me finish. And then President Trump got up and making a joke, playing off of what Erica said. He said, we disagree. I need to do better. Erica's going to try to convince me, but I'm in a different place. And that's completely normal for a politician to be thinking about his political fights. And by the way, Trump has every right to loathe his enemies. They tried to put him in jail for the rest of his life. They tried to bankrupt him.
Rightfully so.
They tried to put his family in jail. And they tried to kill him.
Criminal.
Okay,
Jack Smith.
wait. Okay, now you go.
Thank you for your time.
Now, setting aside the facts that Trump was indicted by multiple nonpartisan juries for his literal crimes, and that his assassinations were attempted by deranged nutjobs, that young man did the right thing by ending his debate there. Firstly, because there is no getting through to many of these MAGA cultists. And secondly, because he probably didn't want to get shot by one of them, who, just in case you forgot, are far more statistically likely to do so despite what Megyn Kelly or our own Justice Department want you to believe.
Know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
Whether that human-shaped piece of orange fecal matter was joking or not, does not make that joke any less presidential, any less humane. And the fucking hypocrisy to sit there and say that that is a self-deprecating joke and so therefore it's okay, while people are being put on lists, doxxed, and threatened with death for not even joking, but simply pointing out the fact that Charlie Kirk was a morally reprehensible person. Well, shit, I'll be blunt, folks. I don't think any level of prayer is gonna save those people. Shout out to that young man, and shout out to all of you for supporting empathy, human decency, and facts in this godforsaken world we live in. I appreciate the hell out of all of you. Let me know your thoughts in those comments. And for Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse. I will see you guys in the next one.